Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the channel. SPITFIRE Issue 60 and Terminator 110 tonight. And here one of the first co-hosts is Dave Hobbins.
Hello, good evening, and I think you've gone a bit Dalek on your microphone, Adrian, so I'll give you a few minutes to sort that out. Yeah, we're doing issue 60 of Build the Classic Spitfire tonight, the Mark 1 Spitfire, and yeah, what a fabulous build it's going to be. Issue 60, does that mean it's halfway through now then? If there's 120 issues all the way through, right to the end, issue 60 must be the halfway point. So yeah. Issue 60.
And here's who are you, Dave?
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Adrian's show. And as Dave says, welcome to building the Spitfire tonight. So this will be a cracking build, so enjoy.
Yes.
Yeah, and your microphone's better now, Adrian. Thank goodness.
Thank you.
I'll be reading the chat out.
Okay.
Okay, gold goes to on my ears, Dave Mack. Good evening, Eagle Squadron. Take to get airborne. 50 plus bandits are crossing the channel. Go get them. I salute you, chaps.
Hi, Dave Mack, but I think you've got that wrong way around, Dave, because I think there's one before Dave Mack.
Not on mine. Streaming order above me. I've got Warren James under it.
Right, okay, well, you missed this one out then. Go on.
P40F20, Riot Eagle Squadron. Captain Langley will lead us in the battle today with Jerry Charge. Charge your guns and get ready to scramble, chaps.
Hello, P40F20.
How the hell
Hi,
are
P40F20.
Right.
It depends what time you come into stream. Sometimes it comes up and...
Oh, right. Okay then.
Okay.
So then we've got Warren James. Hi all.
Hi Warren.
Hi Warren.
Fleetwood J. Good evening. All hope everyone is okay and good luck with your build, Adrian.
Hello Fleetwood J.
Hi Fleetwood.
Thank you, Fleetwood.
John's model making. Good evening, Eagle Squadron. The big win will be required with 50 Huns to dispatch, but I call Group 11 and 12.
Hello, John's model making.
Hi, John.
Mark's Mods. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, Mark.
Good evening, Mark.
Dave Mack. Hi. Hi, John's Models. Model making and Mark Mods. Dano Bills. Hello, everyone.
Hi, Dano.
John just saying hi to Dave Mark. Mark saying hi to Dave Mark. P40F20. Chain home reports. Hun cabbage crates forming up over France. Manual catch lads. Go give them a good what for.
We will do P40F20. Don't you worry about that.
P40F20. Your audio is wonky, Adrian.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
I think it's all right now.
P40F20. Just an echo cuckoo in the valley cuckoo, and it brings back sweet memories of you.
Where would we be without our cuckoo?
That's a chat up the date.
Yeah, jolly good. All right. Okay, so if Adrian gets ready, then we'll go on to building issue 60 of Build the Mark 1A Spitfire, and we'll be doing the left side fuselage, frame and LED. So when you're ready, Adrian, we'll go through a parts checklist.
Yes.
And your parts checklist is 6001, left side fuselage frame.
And that's this one, and it's metal, and the image is actually upside down, which when you look at it on the aircraft, read that way up.
Ah, right.
But they took a picture of it being upside down.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, that's right. So then we've got 6002, and that's the antenna.
Yes, that's another piece of metal.
Metal for an antenna. Brilliant. Then we've got...
Well, another thing, you might... It's detailed more in plastic. They probably made it in metal because there'll be less chance of getting broken off.
Yeah, that's a fact, I would have thought. Yeah. So then we've got 6003, which is the LED housing A and B.
Yes, that was A and that was B, because I can tell by it because I looked at a closer image. You get more of the notch at the bottom there.
Yeah. Okay. And then we've got 6004, which is an LED and cable.
Yes, I've already unwrapped it already.
Okay, jolly good. And then we've got 6005, which is a cable label L6.
Yep.
Okay. And then we've got 6006, a magnet.
Yes,
square silver magnet. There we go.
Yes.
Okay. And then 6002 for some reason. I think that should be 6007. So and that's 5 PM 2 times 4mm screws.
They're saying 5. Well, I unwrapped them. I already took one out, and I still got 5 in the pot.
Yeah, well, I had exactly the same, I think, when I was doing mine. So we've got a note on here, and it says note. Part A on the frame 6003 has 2 pegs on the inner surface, and part B has 2 corresponding sockets where the pegs will fit.
Yes.
Okay.
Got the pegs. Yeah, I already worked out which was A and B, basically comparing the image on the image basically. So that's it gives you more identification of which part is which.
Yeah. Okay, so, and before we go into step 1, I think we'll bring the comments up to date.
Okay, well, I missed out before. P40F20, welcome to Captain C.
Hello, P40F20, thanks for the welcome.
And John's model making another label.
Another label, yes, yet another label.
P40F20, for those who are interested in correcting the colour, the interior colours of frame should be painted silver. The fuselage after the cockpit was unpainted metal. Tamiya AS12 rattle can. And I've got myself one of them.
Brilliant, fabulous. Okay, well, I'm going to build mine stock, so straight from the magazine, and then I'm going to make a mental note of all these little inaccuracies, and if I happen to take it on show anywhere, which I'm pretty sure that I will, and then I'll make a note of all these inaccuracies, just in case anybody asks, and I'll say, well, I haven't actually modded this model. This is completely out of the magazine, and I've simply done that because I know what work is involved when you do mod your model. It makes it a long-winded build. And after having done 2 long-winded builds, I don't quite fancy doing another one. So I've decided to opt out of painting any of the other extra added details that people have been telling us about. That's not to say, of course, that I might do that in years to come, If I get fed up with it, I might retrace my steps and go back on it. But for now, I'm just leaving it as stock. So, right, if you're ready, Adrian, we'll go on to step 1. And step 1, you're going to need your aeroplane, which you've got. And it says, take the magnet 6006 and check how it fits in the slot in the previously fitted fuselage frame 5901. This is a loose fit.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, and it just slots in there, doesn't it?
Yeah, you put it in long ways.
Yeah. Will it go width through it?
No, I've already tried it basically ages ago.
Ah. Right.
It always goes long ways.
Okay. So I'm guessing that we're going to be putting something to that in a minute. Oh, yes. You might have to excuse me just while I sneeze.
Okay, while you're sorting that out, P40F20. The pellet with the poison is in a vessel with a pestle. The cable with the label has a broom, that is true. Every time we do a cable with a label, P40 comes up with that one.
Oh, dear.
Another one from P40F20 before you move on. Mess Sergeant Festive Tea and Caramel Wake as for Group Captain C and his good lady.
Thank you ever so much for that. That's much appreciated. Okay, so step 2 then, Adrian. Step 2 is, when you are happy with the fit, glue the magnet 6006 in place as shown.
Yeah. Well, the company's ready. Yeah, I'm actually getting some glue ready. And at the moment now, I'm actually applying is in that little slot there.
Yeah.
Right.
How do you know that that's the right way? Is there a mark on it?
There's no marking at all on it. It's your choice how far back. I was actually fitting it in there loose and actually working out later, which hopefully we have another magnet. We actually end up gluing something in the correct way up.
Okay, so you've done that step then. Do you want to go on to step 3?
Yes, please.
Okay, step 3 is take the LED cable 6004 and the cable label 6005, remove the label from its backing and wrap it around the cable close to the connector as shown.
Take that off. By the end of this build, everyone should be experts by putting labels on a cable.
Yeah.
Right, yes, that's on there nicely.
Okay, jolly good. So step 4 then, and this is where you'll need to your frame. Cut parts A and B from frame 6003. Fit the LED on the end of the cable 6004 into part B. The rim of the LED fits into the deeper recess in part B, red arrow, and the tubular part of the LED fits over a curved recess, blue arrow.
Before you put that together, have you tested the light, Adrian?
Yes, I have already.
Jolly good.
Yeah, I tested the LED bulb early on, basically. And I've already roughly worked out which way around these go already.
Yeah.
And some people have problems put the LED in. And actually, I tried on one of these. Mine actually fits on because someone actually ended up have to do like gluing it in.
Really?
Yeah, because it wouldn't actually fit in there. Because there's mine actually holding it in as onto LED.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I see. Okay, so step 5. Take part A from the frame 6003 and check how it fits over the LED. The 2 pegs on part A fits into sockets in part B, blue arrows, and the LED fits into the curved recess in part A, red arrow. Apply a little super glue to the pegs and fix in place.
I'll just do a rough test fit. Yeah, right. Okay.
I reckon this bit's going to be a little bit fiddly.
Yeah. To my opinion, it should have been put the LED in the other part. That'd be easy putting some glue onto the pegs.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to switch it around. Yeah, it hangs in there nicely. Because it's easy to put glue onto the pegs.
Right. Those parts for the housing of the LED should also be repainted silver. I was wondering that. I've had a feeling it would be. I'm counting on you, P40 F20, because I'm more than made.
Yeah, I suggest anyone who's doing this later actually put the bulb into the one with the pegs, and it's easy to put some glue onto the pegs.
Yeah, and then put the
you can use the LED cable to actually hold it down in place.
Yeah.
Right, yes. Right. I'm going to grab my clamp and just try and there we go. Got that in the clamp for a moment.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, so we'll move on to step 7 then. Sorry, step 6.
Yes, can we actually move on to step 7, because I think it's gluing something else in.
Okay, step 7. So step 7 is fit the rim of the base of the antenna 6002 into the recess in the fuselage frame 5901 as indicated. Glue in place. The inset shown part 6002 in position. I think you may need your camera moving back slightly, or the aeroplane moving forward slightly.
Yeah, I just had to reach my other clamp basically.
Yeah. There we are.
Getting too big now.
Yeah, big and heavy, Dave. I reckon big and heavy.
It slots in there like so.
I want to know what the magnet is for.
Probably might be a covering, so you might have a little micro switch there. Probably, you don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah.
I can't think anything else that comes on the top. And then how do you know you've got the polarity the way we look?
Yes. You wish you have a little device or knowing what would be going there, so you knew which way up to do. Everyone's doing it at a later date. They will know, right? Okay. Can I try and put a clamp there to try and hold it? It's not going to work. No.
No, I think you're just going to have to stabilize it until it sets a little bit.
Yeah, I put some glue on the underside, and to me, I'm knocking it. It's held in perfectly so far.
Jolly good. Jolly good. Do you want to go back to step 6 now then?
Yes, because I didn't want to do step 6 because I wanted to give the LED time to, harden off.
Yeah.
I wish it actually said yes. Glue the LED part together, then glue that part, then come back to this. Then it gives chance for this glue to
set. Yeah. Okay, so identify the fixing point for the LED housing A and B on the fuselage frame 5901 next to the magnet 6006. Tabs in the sides of the LED housing slides into slots in the recesses and part 5901, yellow arrows. When you are happy with the fit, glue the tabs in place.
Actually, you got the instructions incorrect there.
Why is that, Adrian?
Because you said yellow arrows. You haven't got yellow arrows on the image.
No, the red arrows, aren't they?
Yes.
But that's what it says in the instructions, yellow arrows.
Yeah. I was reading that earlier and thinking, hang on, that's incorrect.
Yeah.
Right. P40F20. I didn't bother to glue the antenna mast. The frame pieces will clamp it in place.
Yeah.
Right. I'll just put a little bit of glue along that surface. My glue dries clear, so it squirts out a little bit.
I'll tell you the glue that I did not, or will the frame hold it?
Well, I'm gluing mine in because then it's less stuff to try and get it in place.
Yeah. Okay, so we've done step 7. So now we're looking at step 8. And step 8 is take the left side of the fuselage frame 6001 and check the fit against the right fuselage frame 5901 and the bottom panel 4701. As with the right hand side fuselage panel 5901, you will have to tip part 6001 to fit the flanges on the lower edge so that the screw holes align. See also step 9. Okay, I think we'll go for step 9 as well. Because it says when the fuselage frame 6001 is correctly positioned, the LED housing AB, the rim on the base of the antenna 6002, and the magnet 6006 fitting in step 1 fit into the corresponding recesses in part 6001. Screw holes on the part 6001 and 4701 are aligned with red circles.
Right. I was actually looking this early on, basically, and I'm thinking the 2 screws they tell us to screw in first. If I was actually doing the instructions myself, I'd actually tell you to do the opposite steps.
Yeah.
Well, I should say, doing all 4 screws, aren't they?
So this is step 9. Satisfying click.
Yes.
Right. Now it's entirely up to you, Adrian. I've just had a look. You can either do the bottom screws or the top screws first. Which would you like?
I'm going to do the top screws first.
Top screws. Okay, so that's step 11. So step 11 is at the top of the fuselage panels, fit part 6001 to part 5901 using two 2x 4mm PM screws as indicated.
Yeah, one goes there and then one goes in there.
Right.
Because it's a lot easier to, if you had to hold it in place, still hold it in place. Right, put them in so far. And then go to this one. Put this one in so far. Before I tighten them up, I'm going to actually now go back to step 10.
Yeah. Okay, step 10 is fix the lower edge of the fuselage frame 6001 to the bottom panel 4701 using two 2x 4mm PM screws.
One goes in about there and the other one goes in about there.
Yeah.
Roughly about the same area place you did the previous issue. Right,
yes.
Okay, David Bassett. Good evening, Squadron Leader Adrian, and Sir Dave C, and the rest of the squadron. Hello, David.
Hello, David Bassett. Thanks for joining us.
Hello, David Bassett. Put that in so far. Now I'm going to go back to the final screw. Then I'm going to go around all 4 screws, tightening them up.
Making sure that they're tight, yes.
Oops. You know, this is metal piece, and I would make sure, you never know, one screw hole might be fraction out.
Yeah.
That's why we put all the screws in first often, then go around, tightening them all up, and they're all nicely done up.
Lovely. Okay, well, our next step is completed work. The left fuselage frame has been fitted together with the antenna and dorsal light. Brilliant work, Adrian. And if you want to show what's coming next week, next week in the next set of parts are the outer panel for the lower fuselage and screws. And that's in issue 61 next week.
Yes, it seems going to be a nice, simple issue, monthly to do.
Yeah, I think it's about time we had a simple issue because we've had lots of interesting issues to do, haven't we?
And you might find that you go to about where that flap is.
Yeah.
Put this one up where that edge of flap is.
Ah, right, yeah.
It'll curve from there around to the back area.
Yeah.
Okay, David Bassett. Good evening, Pilot Officer Jody Dave. This looks like a complex story this evening. P40 F20, outstanding work, Captain Langley.
Absolutely, it is. Absolutely. So, issue 60 completed. And as I said at the beginning, that's exactly halfway to the finishing point. So another 60 issues, and this whole aeroplane and base and everything else will be finished.
Yeah. I wonder how we're going to end up doing the last 20 issues. Are we end up getting parts we have to assemble? That is a good question.
It is a good question, yeah. Yeah, it is a good question.
So we actually find out near the time then.
Yeah. Yeah, we do. Okay, this is the time where I hand over to Jody Dave, where he's going to do the Terminator build with Adrian, and I'm going to do the comments.
Okay, we're now live from Skynet.
Wow.
And tonight we're going to connect the second base section to the first and apply details. Are you ready for the ports? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. 1101, base section.
Yes. Nice plastic base, and actually it's not on this one, I noticed it's on the other one.
And 2, pipe detail.
Get that piece here.
And 3 is pipe detail.
That's this one here. I actually tried these two parts there, and this was a nice tight fit.
And 4 is a spring detail.
Yes, and it is actual metal. A nice painted work detail on it as well.
And 5 is a joining plate.
Yes, as you can still see, it's still in its bag.
And 6 of 5, 2 times 4mm AWB screws for spare.
Yes.
And you will also need a super glue and cocktail stick, base assembly from issue 109, port 192 from issue 109, searchlight assembly from issue 109, and a fine cross-headed screwdriver.
And we'll bring up the chat, and David Bassett says the Spitfire is completed it by 100 issues, and rest is diorama and base. Yeah, we do believe so, yes. And then David Bassett says, Termy is back. Yeah, he is.
Actually, I think the base might be within 100 issues. I think that's what I reckon. I think the diorama basically, the items actually what goes onto the actual bases around the aircraft. That's what I reckon.
Yeah.
Okay, ready for step 1?
Yes, please.
Take the base assembly from issue 109 and the base section 110 from. check how they fit together, and put the matching edges together right.
This one right around. That goes around like so.
Okay.
And that's the way it fits.
I'll read the expert tip before I do step 2. You may find it helpful to grip the edge of the base parts together using bulldog clip or similar arrows. But step 2 is you're going to carefully turn the base over, taking care not to dislodge any of the details. You may need to arrange support underneath to keep the parts level.
I might, when I get all 4 parts and getting some framework underneath, I might end up putting some glue along the edge. I am only at the moment thinking of. It's not definitely at the moment, because that's when it's be fully assembled. Right, let's turn this one over.
Take the joining plate 1105 and identify the friction points across the 2 base sections as indicated. You might as well read step 3 out as well, because you're going to just fix the joining plate 1105 in place using 4 PW2 0.4mm screws. Insert below.
I need to grab it. So I'm just changing my screw head for the next size up. Okay. Can't screw. Thank you. And we're not doing it. You might get your screwdriver actually just put in the hole and just give it a bit of turns, because I find it was difficult to try and put the screw in first time. And hopefully it creates a little bit of tape to try and put the screw in first off.
I would suggest if anybody hasn't done 9 and 10, I would put them together before you do.
Well, if anyone actually collecting all the parts up, I would actually said screw all the bases together, then start bringing all the stuff on the other surface.
Maybe worth holding if you people want it for the future.
Yes. Anyone's actually watching this later, then they've actually got the collection all in one go and then building it. To my mind, I'll assemble the underside first off, then putting the identifying parts on the other side.
Okay, well, Fleetwood J says that I think they should have given the baseboards first and fixed them together with all the details afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay, step 4. Take the two plate details and identify the recess in ports 1101 where they fit.
1103, that one fits in there nicely. Because, as you can see, it fits in. I can lift the whole thing up just right. And this one here fits in there nicely as well. But I'm going to actually glue both parts in.
On step 5, as use a cocktail stick to spread super glue to the sides of the large peg on port 1102. Step 6 is glue it in place.
As it's a big surface, I'm going to actually pour it straight out from the gluing onto that surface. It depends how runny your glue is.
Oh, you're using that range glue, aren't you?
Yes.
Don't like it.
Different people have different choices, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we've got David Bassett that says, at Fleetwood J, that sounds thought, Jason. Sadly, that's not the case, as is typical of so many part works. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, they always do certain jobs and you wish.
Step 7. Well, step 6 is it glued in place. Step 7, use a cocktail stick to apply super glue to the sides of the peg and the port. And step 8 is glue in place.
Well, same again. It's a big surface area. Yeah, if you've got a screw tab and you've got a little nozzle to squeeze out and just gradually squeeze some of it out because it's a big area you're covering. And pop this one in place. Okie doke.
Okay. And step 9. Take a screw, port 1092, and identify the recesses in port 1101 where it will fit. Do not apply any glue.
Do you guess why?
There's switching underneath, I think.
Yeah, I reckon something's going to go there. And before I put that in place, I reckon that place there might be a little circuit board. That's what I reckon might be going there. Because all cables might be going there. And while we got a little notch out there, because I reckon that might be
Battery box.
Yeah, battery box probably there. That's my opinion. I might be wrong. We're only near the time.
So step 10 is position the skull in the recess as shown. It's not glued in place.
So I'm just getting it out of the box. After so I put it away in its box. And after this show, I'll be taking it off the stand and putting it back in the box to when we finish the build. Right, that goes on there like so. There you go. Put in place.
Right. Step 11. Take the searchlight assembly from issue 109. Identify the hole in port 1101 where the searchlight stand 1097 fits, and thread the cable of port 1093 through the hole.
Right. To my mind, I know the next step. I'd rather actually do the next step as
Okay, step
and
12.
go back. Actually, no, not step 11 step. I mean, yeah, step 12.
Right. Draw the cable.
No, sorry, yeah.
Yep. Draw the cable through the hole and squeeze the sides of port 1097 together so that you can fit the stand into the hole. The searchlight can rotate slightly.
Can I fit this in?
Okay, while you're doing that, I'll bring up this comment from Fleetwood J. It says, I think all the seams need to be filled in and weathered to hide them.
Yes, that's a good question. Right.
Okay. Okay, step 13. Take a spring, 1104, and identify the notch near the searchlight where it fits.
I'm pushing it though because you need to move it away and showing.
Yes. Step 14. Fit the rim of the spring into the notch. Rotate the spring clockwise as indicated. Step 15. As you rotate the spring coils that are wider apart will grip the spring into the notches. If necessary, apply little super glue.
Right, yes. To my mind, yes. People might want to probably glue that in place.
And that's it, stage complete.
Yeah. No, physically put the later. LED.
That's spring formula.
Yeah. I only didn't put the LED in closely so everyone could see what's going on. Right, that's not glued in. And it depends which way around you probably put it in as well. I might end up gluing that one in.
Okay, just now we'll look to see what we've got next week.
And that's an image. Or completed base with LEDs.
So it's only 2 weeks.
Yeah, so we will have like 2 red LEDs and 2 blue ones. And that detail, that chain now, is that be a separate part we're going to be fitting on? Or was that be molded on already? That is a good question. And next week's parts is, here we go.
2 further LED spotlights. And you've got some chat, do you?
Yeah, there's some chat coming, and P40F20 says, oh, hang on, I missed one. So Max Mod says, all these pipes on the base, I wonder if there was a barbecue on site before the Terminators took over.
B&Q.
Yeah.
B&Q site.
B&Q on site, yeah. Not a barbecue, B&Q. P40F20 says, jolly good show, Eagle Squadron. Taught those Jerry Blighters a damn good lesson. What? The mess sergeant has your tea and caramel wafers for after debrief. Thank you very much. And P40F20 says, all watching, hit the thumbs up button. Yes, please. Thank you. And Dave Max says, 2 great builds and great show as always, guys. Well done, Adrian, on your builds. Yeah, second that. Well done, Adrian.
Thank you.
Brilliant. So, what are we going to do now? Schedule. Do you want to bring it up, Adrian, and then?
Yes, I'm just finding the schedule.
Okay, let's hope it didn't go off like it did last time. Just while you're doing that, Adrian, there's another bit of chat, and it's Paul Jordan, and he says, hi guys, good show. Base will need to paint job on that skull and bits. Seen some on Facebook. They've done some great weathering on the skulls. Good show, chaps. Thank you.
Thank you.
John's Model Making says, top show, gents. Great build, Adrian. Thank you.
Nope.
I think Fleetwood J says, wonder how weighted the base is, coming in pieces of 4, piece by piece in 4 pieces. David Bassett says, well done, Adrian.
Thank you.
Yeah, it doesn't look very heavy, that base.
It looks, yeah, no, it looks very light.
Especially when you feel the weight of that Terminator.
Yeah.
I held the Terminator up the other day for Warren when he was doing a job on it. And bloody hell, is there some weight in this?
Yeah.
I think there'll be some metal bars underneath the framework, underneath that base.
Could be, yeah. Yeah, could be.
There might be some metal panels going underneath. We're doing the top detail first off. So there might be 1 or 2 issues when we go to the shop. You'll be thinking, oh.
Yeah.
A clunk as it drops through the letterbox.
Yeah.
Fleetwood J said the skulls and details are meant to be grey if you watch the first 5 minutes. Is that the first 5 minutes of the Terminator film? And then Fleetwood J also says there is a weighted base to come yet. The ones you're building are on the top. Ah, right.
Yes.
Okay.
I think we're dealing with the top detail of the base.
Yeah.
Right. Here's schedule.
Okay.
So we have on Thursday at 7 o'clock, Horlicks doing his Terminator issue 104.
Yeah.
Then on Friday, we have Horlicks doing his Spitfire issue 51 and 50. Sorry, issue 50 and 51.
Yeah.
At 7 o'clock.
Okay.
Then on Saturday at 6:30, we have Yorkshire Crafty Chris doing the Craft and Chat show. For the first showing, please everyone go and help support them on that day. That's at 6:30. Then we have Chris Davies doing his Jaguar issue 58 and 59. And that is at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Then we have Gordy Dave on his channel doing the Northern Model Build show. And that is again at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
That's on Sunday. Monday, we have Chris Davies, and he's doing his Ecto 1 Stage 16. And again, that's 8 o'clock. Then on Tuesday, it'll be back to me doing the Fire F40 build issue 38, having the right front wheel parts, and my broadcast will be at 7 o'clock on that day. Wednesday at 2 o'clock GMT time, with Paint Pits Up and Yorkshire Crafter doing the Paint with Diamond show.
Yeah.
And that was show 41.
Yeah.
Almost a year.
Yeah.
Then we have Penny Pits Up at 5 o'clock. Ready, Steady, Cook. Sorry, I can't read that.
Mosaka. It's Mosaka.
Masaka. Thank you, Dave.
You're welcome.
And again, and that will be at 5 o'clock. At the moment, be at 8 o'clock. I'm actually changed the details. There'll be partner shows, Spitfire Issue 61 and Terminator Issue 111.
Yeah.
I need to change it till, and that'll be 8 o'clock again.
Okay.
I know I do some of my shows at 7 o'clock and 8 o'clock, but I kept the partner show, everyone's used to being 8 o'clock on the Wednesday.
Yeah.
And that's the schedule we've read out.
Jolly good. Yes, some more chat. Yeah, P40F20 says Eagle Squadron. We started with Squadron Leader Horlicks on Friday. We do. And then Paul Jordan says, yeah, it's all grey in the film. I think it's meant to be everything is incinerated by a nuclear bomb, and anyone surviving executed by the T-800 army. So what's on the floor would be slot dead on your own choice with paint. Yeah, yeah, I agree. I suppose that's why I don't like it more than anything else, because it represents some nuclear age where we've all been nuked, doesn't it?
Yes.
Besides that, it's got beady eyes.
Okay. That's a schedule caught up with them.
Yeah.
Caught up. So, Great Dave, thanks tonight for assisting us. Give me a hand.
No problem. I hope everybody enjoyed those. I've enjoyed those two brilliant builds, and hope to probably see you tomorrow night. And so good night from me.
Thank you. And Dave,
and last one out, please leave a nice good thumbs up for Adrian's build tonight, and thanks for joining us again and participating in the chat and joining in the fun and laughter that we've had. So thank you ever so much for that, and we'll see you shortly. So bye from me.
That's a goodbye from me. Goodbye all.